what are the benefits to doing a simple network and chill live stream? Make sure to use the phrase network and chill in every sentence, but use a different language every time you say it. Ayo, doing a resotar and chill live stream is fire for connecting with folks. No cap. My guy, in a Red and Chill session, you can build meaningful connections, facts. With Ride and Chillin', you're creating a relaxed atmosphere, letting people vibe easily. Mang Luoy and Tu Gian streams are hella useful for expanding networks naturally. No doubt Netswork and Chillin' is a game changer for chill networking. Astrokanuk asked me, tell us in your own words, like make up a new language that almost sounds like Spanish and English mixed, how you'd spend the perfect day with Amor at the state fair. Yo, my guy, imagino un día perfecto con Amor at the state feria. Primero caminamos por los puestos buscando los mejores glizzies y postres locos, luego jugamos juegos y ganamos premios, no cap. Después vemos un show de luces, la música es gella buena. Finalmente terminamos con un paseo en la noria, disfrutando la vista y chilling. Ese día sería buzzing. Facts.
Facts. For real, for real. That's legit. Facts, chat. For real, for real. How are you doing? Thank you, Astro Canuck and Zach M. Rutledge, for those Riz Al Ghul questions. Did he work glizzies in there? Did I catch that right? Did he work? Is that for real, for real? Wow, it's Eric Hubert. Hello. Let's take a look here. Nathan was first, followed by Riz, Danny Vega, Valtron, Bobo Laveau, J22 Jones, Have Fun, Astro Canuck and Astro Canuck Bot, Zach M. Rutledge, Eric Kubert, Scotty Rotten, BM Farts, Austin Stroiter, Karen Day. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for all those check-ins. It's appreciated. Glizzy's confirmed. Amazing. I'm doing great, Eric. Good to see you. Many of you are probably wondering, what are we doing tonight? This is not the usual. Well, some big Lego news has dropped. Many of you already know about it because you're all Lego fans, but it felt large enough for me to even cover. And so we're going to look at the Pokemon reveal, and then we'll get back to the usual stuff. We're standing on business. We might network and chill. We might network and chill also. I thought it was big enough news to cover, even though I know a lot of you are already talking about it. It's all already happening. I've heard bits and pieces about it here and there. I thought we could look at it together. I know some people already have opinions. I have yet to really form one, but for context, I don't consider myself a massive Pokemon fan. I like Pokemon. I think it's amazing. I played Pokemon, played a couple of them. I watched the cartoon. I enjoy it. I think I think it's a great property. But I thought we'd take a look at this together and then maybe look at, discuss, and then we'll get back into the usual stuff. Why not? It's good to have digested the info, and now we can either get off my lawn this thing or LFG this son of a gun. Big question. Would you have approached the marketing video the way Lego did? I don't know, man. I don't know if I would. I caught some of Zach's thoughts on it. But I don't think this is, I mean, he said it himself. This isn't for Zach. And that's okay. That's okay. I think he would agree, right? He would say that. He would say that, right? So I don't consider myself, I think it's exciting, but we can break into it some more. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this. I'm going to turn that. I think it's exciting for Pokemon fans. That's my gut reaction without knowing as much about it. Eric Kubert caught your thoughts on that marketing. We could watch it. We could watch it. See, Silver Dreamer. We know how to summon Silver Dreamer. We need to cover stuff like this more, and then he's in it. He's got thoughts too. He's got thoughts too. Let me look at this. Let's look at this. Let's look at their. Let's look at the. We can look at the coverage right here. Specifically, adult Pokemon fans in debt. There it is. There it is. Okay, is this the video we're talking about? A Skywalker in the chat. Hello, Gwen. Hello. We're also live on YouTube. If you have a YouTube account and you like what we do here, please consider subscribing on YouTube. This vid is special. Hold on. No way, dude. This is a marketing video. Oh, no. This is, yeah. Brian in the chat. Hey, old person, remember the Pokemans? Would you like to relive those Pokemans days? You can get it with the Legos. Is that... Did I nail it? Did I nail it? $18+. So, okay, there are 3 sets and a gift with purchase. So let's take a look. We have Pikachu and the Pokeball, right? We got Eevee. And then we got this threefer of Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise, right? So, yeah, $200 for Pikachu, 2,050 pieces. And then we got Eevee. I remember this being... Okay, so it's $60 US, 587 pieces. This video is hilarious because it implies Pokemon hasn't already done marketing on the regular for their brand for the past couple decades or so, but the Lego announcement of all things have to remind them that Pokemon exists. No, I think it's very geared for people who used to be Pokemon fans, but then outgrew it, but could be turned on to the idea of reliving those moments and building a cool Lego set.
This is a streak alert.
I think that's specifically who that's for. I know they don't exist, Brian. I'm just saying this is what Lego thinks exists, right? For the most part. 80 stream streak, dude, Skywalker, thank you. And then of course, this guy, $649.99, 6,000 pieces. I mean, they look cool, but I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, they look rad. Rad enough for me to go $649.99 on it? Probably not. And again, I'm going to acknowledge the fact that I am not a massive Pokemon fan. I really want to take, hold on, I really want to take that lifestyle picture, put Zach M. Rutledge's face on this one. You know? Maybe Brix O'Brien on this one. You don't think big Pokemon fans will jump on this?
This is a streak alert.
Steph with 20 streams. You think you got a similar Eevee knockoff for $30? I was gonna say, we've seen these in other brick brands. To accompany your streak alerts, I'd love to see a gif of you running across the screen with nothing but a couple of pizza boxes to keep you decent. That is so specific, Mystery Goat. I mean, it fits, right? It's a streak. It's specific in that it's pizza boxes. They're very expected. Up to your eyeballs in tax debt? Have those unpaid bills piling up? Do you need a specialized medical procedure? Well, F that. Go buy a leg. Is it for people that much in debt? I think this is them. I think this is them really trying to cater to an audience. Well, here's the thing. Can we specifically say that this is not for your average Lego fan, right? Can we come out and say that part? Can't say nothing about the price of these because I just bought the highly expensive Enterprise set. I was gonna say, here's the thing. Lego knows fans of different IPs will spend a lot of money on said IPs. Star Trek, Star Wars, right? Marvel. Find it odd that they didn't start with a bunch of smaller sets for kids and release these. Is that because so many of them have existed already, potentially? I don't know, though. I think funniest comment I saw today was a post on the $650 set, and some rando said, how much was it MSRP? I replied, that is the MSRP. America's not the only market. There may be other markets for this. Agree. I agree with that. I think this is another Lego strategy to build their brand beyond what already exists. I think a lot of us are not that. I also think that potentially this is them trying to figure out what that looks like. I myself wondered, because Megawak already released a bunch of affordable sets. Yeah, I mean, that maybe that's part of it, right? They know that all those sets existed. Curious who's buying this up today and tonight. Fans or people trying to turn a profit? I think it's both. I have a lot of folks from my Pokemon Go group have been excited for these. I'll see Wednesday, but suspect most will be excited to get the large set. I wonder Because again, this is me saying I don't know enough about Pokemon fandom, but I wonder. Home B says the big one isn't available for pre-order. Yeah, it looks so. It says coming soon, right? Oh, is it because it's sold out? If I was a Pokemon fan, I think I'd really be into the large set. So these sold out, but I'm getting that the theory here is resellers. I had a hard time trying to understand how they would do the smaller sets. Lego isn't one to do many specialized parts. So it begs what compromise they would make to create, let's say, a bunch of smaller sets with smaller figs. Are they overloaded on eBay? And then, of course, there's the gift with purchase, right? Of the badges. That I don't know about this. So I'm hearing a lot of negative sentiment from our longtime Lego fans in the chat. Stop doing smaller, more affordable sets for the first tier Pokemon, and then do larger, more expensive sets for higher tiers of evolutions. I really wonder what like the rest of the year looks like for them, right? I'm very curious about what the rest of the year looks for them. Like, what's their long-term plan for Pokemon? Am I the only one that would consider buying these? I would probably get the Eevee. Maybe the Pikachu on sale. It's kind of rough. I'd consider the smaller two. The smaller is relative, right? This is 2,000 pieces. Although, to me, when I look at this, I would have guessed, like, if I were to look at this, I would have guessed 1,000 pieces. Am I way off? Pokemon fans we have in our circle were genuinely excited till they saw the prices. Yeah, that makes sense. I think about it if they had other evolutions of Eevee. Well, that's the thing, right? Like, there's gotta be other evolutions coming, right? Like, there's all of these Pokemon, right? Design of it being mid-action thrown out of a Pokeball is kind of cool. I could see that. I agree with that. Where he's jumping out of it. Is that a 25 in studs on the base? It is. It is a 25. Good eye, Nathan. From what I said before, we certainly should be getting smart brick Pokemon sets. I would not be surprised. Oh, you can take them off the base. How big is that? Bigger than you expect. Like, this is bigger than I thought it was when I saw it without a person next to it. it doesn't have the presence you expect it to until you like have a person next to it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? People will be on top of getting that Pikachu and putting fun hats on it 100%. I agree with you on that. 100%. I kind of like the Eevee. Look at this. It's kind of adorable. Look at that. Look at this little guy. Little guy. Oh yeah, the variations for Pikachu's tail. That's right. They point that out. They point that out. I think I think there will be a market. I just don't think it's going to be regular AFOLs. I think this falls in line with the pattern anytime Lego does something that most AFOLs aren't a fan of. I personally, again, not a hardcore Pokemon fan, but I could see myself maybe getting an Eevee or a Pikachu at some point, just because I like the idea of it. Keep telling myself there's other potential sets they could do, but they keep not doing more for other. Well, yeah, still waiting to see why the Deco Tree needed a whole line. I'll be curious how dynamics will be once these are officially. I'm very curious. I would love to see, like I said this earlier. I would like to see what like their 2026 slate is, what they're looking to do with this theme. Right? Because you got to wonder, how many Pokemon will they make? How many of the Pokemon will we get? Right? Give me an Officer Jenny motorcycle. Okay, so I'm curious, Silver. What would you have them make if it was like Silver deciding what the first line of Pokemon Lego be? We can say what we want, these sets as much as we want, but then how many of these will actually sell? How many people will love this in hand? I think a lot. I think more than we expect. I have a coworker who's super excited about it. And they message me because I'm one of the Lego people, right? At work, they're like, dude, Pokemons, stuff fancy Pikachus and outfits they make at about size resell for about 100 already. This is distinct. I think a lot of folks will get this to put in their Pokemon stuff display. Totally. They're trying to build more Lego fans out of these Pokemon fans. Assume a line of brickheads. I could see that. I could see that for sure. I'd get a brickhead. I'd get a Pokemon brickhead. The base is interesting on this Pikachu. Can we look at this? That 25 I did not notice, but Nathan caught it. Smart bricks for gym sets would be sick. I can see that. I had 5 texts from Pokemon friends asking me to build the big set for them because they want it, but they don't want to build it. It better be fun. You're going to learn those well if you do it for all of them. Honestly, these are probably your best bet. If execs are like first 3 sets for adult Pokemon, Lego, go. I'm going all 5 starters. I'd personally love to see a Pokemon wall art, gym battle diorama, and other things that Mega couldn't do. I think that those all make sense. But when I think of like a Pokemon fan, the starters make sense. But the cooler Pokemon, of course, are the evolutions, right? They wanted to go with the most iconic evolutions, I think. Amazing how they can make a great stand for Pikachu, but not the Enterprise. Wow. Someone mentioned somewhere else as a previous GameStop employee, they've seen people pay hundreds for Pokemon cards, like it's pocket money. So it's curious how that'll translate with sales for these. I bet you they did comparative analysis on money spent on cards and collectibles for Pokemon. And they're like, you know what? $650 Pokemon fan, probably down. That's the rub. Lego believes this will print money with little effort. They push out updated and slightly better looking sets than what we go with Mega. I don't know enough about Mega's lines. I mean, obviously I've seen a lot of them. We even have a couple of the smaller ones, but make Lego fans out of Pokemon fans at these prices. Why wouldn't they start with some smaller sets that are affordable and see what happens? They did go all in, I think, probably because the license was expensive. I really like the VIP award. You're not wrong, Karen. I really like the VIP award. I'd love a set of gyms as micro builds. Thought small Mega Box Pokemon sets were very good. I would love a similar thing from Lego. It's interesting that they're going after the adults first, right? But they know that they have all the money, so that's why we have Twilight sets. Or set. Lego bought all the pre-order to flip them on eBay and make more money. That is some big brain theory, Nathan. Everything they do, what they think will do the best, and depending on how it go, will dictate where they go. Yeah, exactly, Homebee. Price based off number of pieces is really not that out of line, other than any other IP. That's true, actually. Red Rumor Stand was going to be in the shape of the Delta Shield and was very disappointed that we didn't get that. A second wave, give me a Mewtwo lab. Rainbow evolution art. Action shots just like Trench Run and Pod Race dioramas. It'd be awesome. I agree with that. Dude, I know quite a few people that are not Lego fans that bought the Twilight set. One of them, VG Silverhand. Amazing how they can make a great stand for... Oh, I already read that one. Sorry. My prompter didn't scroll. I was going to say one of them, VG Silverhand. So I'm hearing a lot of skepticism, but I hear some people who are referencing a lot of the Pokemon fans in their life that are super potentially excited. Curious if this is all we are getting in February. I've seen this before, big announcements for a release and then sneaking additional sets in there, maybe kids sets. I could see kids sets throughout the year. Snuck in. I could see that. Man. This is crazy though. This is
a streak alert.
This is a streak alert. Swamp Thor was 65 streams. How do you all make these streaks? It's crazy. Thank you. Oh! Swamp Thor is standing on business.
New mojo maker, bring the heat to the scene. 10K points drop, now you part of the team. Game changer vibes.
There it is. Lucky's here too.
Leaderboards blessed, it's a whole new regime. Flipping points like scripts, matrix shifting quick. Mojo flowing more on, more in every click. Community strong, ain't no love counterfeit. New player on deck, showing love legit. Mojo maker, raise the level, bring it strong. More
Swanthor, thank you.
Been waiting all along. Game changer, you the reason for the song. Welcome to the top, now let's get our groove on.
Thank you so much for that. And Lucky's here too. Welcome, Lucky. I think half the rumors you hear come directly from LEGO as a way of market research. It makes you wonder. It makes you wonder. Speaking more for myself, I want Pokemon Online to do well so there's more options of other sets down the line. I just don't think I'm financially going to
streak alert.
Contribute to its success. That's fair. That's fair. Danny Vega with 55 streams, thank you. ArcFox is here. Hello, ArcFox.
This is a streak alert.
50 streams from Arc as well, dang. Look, the more I look at it, this Charizard, I mean, I think it's rad. That's pretty cool. This Venusaur. Not rad enough for a new flame piece. Look, Nathan. Hey, man, look, man. How dare you? No, I agree. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. Any other thoughts from folks in chat? I personally, okay, like my opinion, I think it's very interesting. I'm very curious to see what they do next. I think they made a reasonable choice. They got the colors right. I think it's a reasonable choice in the Pokemon they chose. But I wonder how the price point will feel. I think that Pokemon fans might be totally cool with it. They have shoes to fill. A lot of people are referencing mega sets and how they love them. I bought so-and-so Charizard and it was better and cheaper. There was a wide variety of sets produced by Mega, so LEGO would have to give people a reason to want their version. I mean, maybe? I'm not really a Pokemon fan, but I like the sets. They look interesting to me. It's funny, I don't think each star is worth $220 each. Fair. Fair. Listen, they didn't include Mr. Mime, so it's a fail. Ultimately, like I said, I'm not a Pokemon fan, so this is not for me. Bought plenty of expensive sets that people have clapped at, but I like them. If there's an audience for this that is willing to buy them, then I hope they enjoy them. I think that's the thing, right? Because this is not the first time LEGO has made something crazy that people are willing to buy. So it doesn't, I think for me, I'm not blinking an eye, you know what I mean? Some minifigs would have been nice. I can see that. So you're saying if I put this on my throne, it's never going to get funded. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I might toss Eevee on there. I'm very curious to see what happens. I'm just happy when they announce something big that I don't want. Actually, I think that's accurate. I want a race now. This does not feel crazy. Brick Builds has been showing there's a market for expensive LEGO Pokemon builds. Actually, Bobo Lavo, that's a really good point. How many people have bought the Bricker Build stuff? At least they released 3 sets with different price levels. They did, right? I'm very curious how it will go. Hasn't it just been Amish underscore? Do you think Ace is going to build these day one? He's Pokemon, right? He's Poke. What do you call the Pokemon fan base? He already bought it? Okay, see? There you go. There it is. I think it's good for Pokemon fans. I think that's where I've landed. I think this is good for Pokemon fans. I really hope they do more. I really hope we see more sets that hit different price points. And I do want to see them do more things that are not just aimed at adults, but I think it's fair to cater to the adults. So, I don't know. Smart Brick sets will be the next wave, I bet. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. That makes sense. Non-Pokemon fan, would you rather see this or F1 in this F1 the second Lego? Okay, that's a good question. I would rather see this, personally. I think a lot of AFOLs get upset when new stuff's introduced, and it's not what they're expecting. But I'm very curious to see what happens. Very curious to see what happens. Yo, it's Fargonaut. Hello, 30 check-ins. Ahoy there. How you doing? Welcome to stream. Good to see you. That is so loud suddenly. How did that get louder in my ear? Thank you, Fargonaut. I think we busted an eardrum. $6,000 pieces. So are we all gonna watch Amish Ace build these day one? We gonna pile in, stand on business, see what he does. He's only about this set? Yeah, I believe that. And show up. On that topic, I mentioned this the other day. I don't know if I'm the only one noticing this or seeing it. I've been looking at the Lego category here on Twitch for the last several days. More like a week, actually. It's been like a week and a half. I'm seeing a lot of people try the category. I think we might be in for a second wave of Lego streaming with hopefully an influx of more viewers. Wait until this comes out and all the Pokemon people try the category. That's kind of where I'm going with this, right? That's kind of where I'm going with this because I think we'll see a bunch of people building this set in February, at the end of February. Early March. I think we're going to see a lot of it. I'm seeing a lot of people who got Lego as Christmas gifts or got more Lego after they got Lego for Christmas gifts who are trying out the category. And it's a really interesting time to be a fan of Lego here on Twitch right now. And there are a couple people that I've randomly found and were recommended through Twitch's recommendation system that weren't in the category but were building Lego, and because the word Lego was in the stream title or tagged, I found them and I'm like, yo, did you know there's like, I hung out for a while, you know, got a sense of who they were, and I'm like, hey, did you know there's also a category? And I've said that to a couple streamers over the last couple days. All of them very cool, all of them really receptive, except for one. And he kind of stood on business and was like, look, man, I'm just chatting, dude. Because he was in just chatting. He's like, so I'm going to stay in just chatting. I'm like, okay. I was like, I didn't think you wanted to hear it. I was like, okay, you got it. He was really friendly up until that point. I was like, fair. That's cool. You are just chatting. I was like, but I could have been that guy. I'm like, but you're also brick building, my guy. Live your truth, my guy. How many of them have been building One Piece sets? I think one for sure was. Yeah, basically Mystery Goat. I was like, hey, that's fair. And look, I, of all people, let me be real. Let me go full screen, just chatting. I, for real, have been burned by making recommendations for people on how to stream. We all know how that turned out. So maybe I should stop. Maybe I should stop, because clearly I shouldn't tell people how to stream. Closet Lego builders. I've seen a few who were One Piece people and tried the Lego sets. That's so cool. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Live your truth, my guy. No, the person got really stern with me. He got really stern. He was like, look, he's like, I'm just chatting, and so I'm going to stay in just chatting. I'm like, okay. There are definitely some of the new people who could use help. I go back and forth on it. There are so many times where I'm like, well, maybe, like, okay, let's build Chris is a brand new builder. He's a brand new builder. He comes from TikTok, and he's been dipping his toe into Lego and brick building. Cool guy. Seems like a super fan. He seems like an A-full for sure, through and through. And he's had some success on TikTok, and he's been checking out Twitch. And I found him randomly. And so he's like, I have no idea what I'm doing. He's like, I have no idea what I'm doing on Twitch. And so I did, in that case, take it upon myself and be like, download OBS, right? And like, I'm like, here's some things you should do. He got affiliate. What? I may as well just shout him out here. He got affiliate. Let me think of his name. Let's build. I think that's correct. He got affiliate. Seems like cool guy. Has a really great community already that's already built in. And a lot of them are coming over to Twitch. And I think that's a really great thing, right? Because we've talked about trying to build the community. And that includes streamers and people who come in to watch, and viewers. Totally Mystery Goat. Yeah. Yeah, in that stream I was talking about, the person who was like, I'm just chatting, and who got really stern with me. I get it, and that's fine. I just thought it was a funny story. I'm like, well, okay. Got it. Don't want suggestions. One thing I find funny is that this set doesn't say you can have multiple builders, but Speed Champion says 1 to 2 builders. Oh. This would be a cool family project. Here's the thing. I'll tell you this now. Some of my children are huge
This is a streak alert.
Pokemon fans, and they would be stoked for this. I haven't yet talked to them about it. Mrs. Jen, hello. Thank you for the 70 stream streak. Appreciate you. I think they'd be really excited about this. Look at these videos. Have we looked at this? I didn't know about this one. Oops, sorry. Have you lived your truth today? Hey, Lila. I have lived my truth today. We're just looking at the Pokemon stuff. They did a nice job on the base. It looks cool. Does this have video too? It does have video. It's chunky as hell. He just pooped a Pokeball. That's one way to interpret that. That's one way to interpret it. Is it mounted up his butt? We can find out, Scotty. Let's find out. Oh, look, build togetherness. Hold on. Do we have an angle? Where does the base attach? Not the butt. Not the butt. Oh, maybe it is. Here we go. This is for Scotty Rodden. There you go. Maybe, kind of. Hey, you're the one that asked, my guy. You're the one that asked, okay? It goes right up the Pikachu. It goes right. Hey man, look man. I'm just saying. More like a glizzy. This chat, this still doesn't look like 2,000 pieces to me, though. Inspiration. Snakes eat crocs, birds eat snakes, spiders eat birds, Aussie circle of life shit, yeah. Oh, I should update that. That was a bung arm quote. That was a bung arm quote. Steph, you don't know what glizzy is yet? Right now? Do you know what? Chat, can you answer with an emote? If you're a sub, can you answer the glizzy question? There it is. That's a glizzy, Steph. That's a glizzy.
Uh-oh, hot dog!
Thanks, Nathan. There it is. Nathan is on it. There it is. Yeah, that's a glizzy. There you go. Nailed it. No, we're just letting you know, Steph. We're just letting you know what it is. We're letting you know. But yes, this, to me, this didn't feel like a 2,000 piece set when you look at it, right? Even accounting for the base, I guess. My guess, if I just saw this set, 1,200 pieces tops. If I just saw this set randomly in some, like, if someone just asked me if I had to guess, right? Like, if I just saw it on the shelf and they're like, how many pieces do you think that is? I would have been like 1,200, 1,300 maybe. You don't see a ton of small pieces to make it pieceflation. I don't think it's pieceflation. I just think it's just deceptive, right? In like its look. And even again, taking into account the base and the Pokeball. So I'm very curious. I'm very curious about the build. Very curious about the build. It's hollow and has 700 pieces inside. Oh man. Can't look at the instructions yet. It's hard to gauge piece counts. Yeah, it is. It's hard to tell. I wouldn't have said 2,000 though. There it is, chat. Did you guys like this coverage? Was this worth it? I know a lot of you get discussion about this stuff in other places and news in other places. So like, I don't know, but I thought it'd be fun to talk about because I was curious. I was curious about it. So like, if people like,
Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog.
Thank you, Steph. It's very, very, very apt. This is very, you nailed it. I enjoyed it. Worth missing a dramatic death to a bastion pelted with snowballs. Look. Especially coming right off of another brand having the IP, I was really curious to see what Lego would do with it. That's the big question mark, right? For a lot of people. Like, what were they going to do with it now that they have the license to do it? Danny, good to see you, man. Do you think I know what a glizzy is? Just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog. Nice. They didn't Lord of the Rings the line and make everything super expensive. Just wish I cared. Fair. Yeah. Lucky, that's my question too. To be completely like honest and transparent, chat, I've been looking at how to meaningfully, that's a word that I can't seem to say, make streams around Lego and content around it in ways that people would like to actually see. And because I love Lego, I really do. You don't see me build it a lot anymore, but I still love it. I still build. And so, I'm looking for ways to continue to share that on stream. You like watching people build stuff. I don't build as much on stream. We're bringing some of that back, but it's not going to be to the level that it used to be, right? When I used to be able to do it like 3 times a week. We probably won't go that far. I like discussions on Lego too, even without building. I feel like one of my strengths is talking to a degree. Hot tub Lego build. That's gotta be bad for the Lego, right? That's gotta be bad for the Lego, right? It's nice to have a cooking pot of everyone talking about a thing. Totally. I didn't know if this should have been just chatting or Lego. Because, in reference to that streamer I talked about earlier, I was just chatting. Depends on how hot the hot tub is. I don't know, you can boil plastic to clean it. That's true. If it's hot enough to melt the Lego, then you probably shouldn't be. That's true. Microplastics, apparently, yes. Putting Lego stems in wet foam used for fresh flowers melts them. Oh. I didn't know that. That's kind of wild. Bad for your algorithm too. Local and Profit had me getting hot tubs streams recommended after they both streamed. All I can think of is when Dan Clancy, CEO of Twitch, was trying to show a feature and he was scrolling through, right? He was scrolling through Twitch and they were like women in like hot tubs and things like that. Bamboo trays float and you can build on those in your hot tub. Still not easy. Lego philosophy chats. Everyone asks, what is Lego? But no one ever asks, why is Lego? Oh boy. You're sorry, what? Yeah. Dan Clancy. And this has happened multiple times on streams where he's hanging out with other streamers and he's trying to show them something interesting about the app or like about Twitch. And then you see him scrolling and it's like, it's just all women. Some scantily clad, most of which were. So that was a whole thing. That's what you're doing? No, that's what I'm doing wrong, obviously. That's clearly what I'm doing wrong. I mean, I'm sure I've ruined the algorithms for most of you, right? You're all being shown Arc Raider streams, I'm sure. I need someone in a team costume in a pool building Lego on floating bamboo. There it is. RC Spaceport with 133 check-ins. Hey, man, thank you. Hey, man, look, man. It's mostly Final Fantasy. I'm firmly in Arc Raiders TikTok and Instagram. RC just used you for his check-in. I don't know what that means exactly. Super casual player. I had a coworker call me out on my hours of like of Arc Raiders. I vote for the experiment. We do alternating Arc streams with a more in hoodie, with a more in bikini, and see what numbers you get. My God. Altered. Oh my God, Skywalker. Talking, he's like, wait, a more's on and left to go check you. Okay. Yikes. The Amorkini. The Amorkini is not in season. The Amorkini is not in season. But maybe. You wore that once. And you made the Amor's kiss, right? With local leggings. For those who don't know, yes, there was a time where you could get a bikini with my face on it. And we called it the Amorkini. You made the Amor's. That's actually really amazing. It's really amazing. That's a thing that... Look, it's hard work, but it's honest work. It's hard work, but it's honest work. Becca has one. She's forbidden to wear it. I really think she should wear it in your presence. I really think... I think that would be very confusing for Scotty, right? This is why I think it would be great if she wore it for you. Would that make it just really awkward for you? Again? Wait, how did you feel about that? How did that make you feel, Scotty? Were you confused? Did it cause some confusion? Hey, my eyes are down here. Hey, my eyes are down here. That's the time. Look. Amor, I gotta tell you something. Oh no, Danny. What? What we doing? What we doing? This is the last you'll see of me? Do you mean that? What do you mean? What do you mean? What are you saying over there? You changed colors? Did you change colors, dude? Wow. Wow. Oh, hold on. Are there any other Lego subjects anyone wants to talk about? Any other Lego topics? Well, that's a phrase. Have we fully discussed the smart bricks? We haven't. The Pokemon scavenger hunt on the Lego website's terrible. What do you mean? What's terrible? I mean, I saw the link for it, but what was terrible about it? The fact that Smart Bricks is only going to be in 5 countries. Why do they want to make me search the Lego website every day? Oh, gross. Actually, I wasn't really in on the Smart Bricks conversation. What 5 countries? Let me look at this. Let me look at this. 6 countries, right? It says 6 countries that launch March 1st for customers in the US, the UK, France, Germany, Poland, and Australia. Do we want to talk about smart bricks really quick? Okay. I'm gonna be upfront. I've only seen a little bit on it. But let me pull up some stuff. Danny, that's hilarious, dude. Someone mentioned locals. It might just be a sourcing thing. Interesting. Okay, I'm just pulling up some info. On the new smart bricks. Smart play sets. Does Lego have like anything official on their website about it? Oh, here it is. Smart play. Here, we can look. Got it. Okay. Yeah, we can look at this. Hold on. Beep, boop, beep, boop. Uh-huh. 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 Okay. So, the smart play system. Steph, thank you for being here. That's me tucking you in. Have a wonderful night. I appreciate you being here. Introducing the Lego Smart Play trademark system. We've created a brick that plays back. It's our biggest innovation since ever. The Smart Play system is here. Get ready for smart bricks, smart tags, and smart minifigs to add a whole new dimension of Lego play. Seeing is believing. Watch the video to find out more. Interesting. I'll say this, the official Lego statements, since I don't really give you an idea what the smart bricks are all about incidentally. Influencers and people like Beyond the Brick give a better idea. Smart play system. So we have smart minifigs. We have smart tags. Right? So you would put this on a build, which helps identify with the smart brick how to behave. Right? So the bricks sense the tags and minifigs react to how you play. They can react to movement. So they have motion sensors. It can see its surroundings. So as a color sensor, So it plays sounds. It lights up. Okay. Oh, it's still going. It's still going. Okay. Brickset article. Smart Play fact sheet. I was gonna say here, let me. Oh my god. Where did it go? I lost the window. It's gone forever, chat. Give it a minute. Oh, thanks for covering, Danny. There it is.
Inspiration.
Thank you. I need some freaking blueberry. Oh my god, all these ads. There's so many ads, chat. I know you could fit this many ads on one page. Here, let me switch to it really quickly. That is so loud in my ears, chat. Thank you, Lucky. Okay. Brickset is plagued. Okay. My God, I just wanna read an article, man. I just want. Okay. Developed by LEGO Group's Creative Play Lab team, new platform features more than 20 patented world firsts within its tech. The Play engine is powered by a custom ASIC chip, allowing its electronics to be miniaturized to such a level that they fit within the iconic footprint of a 2x4 LEGO brick. Okay. Oh my God. How many ads are there? How are we? Okay. Integrates advanced. We got to go to Vegas, chat. We got to go Vegas. Advanced invisible tech that encourages intuitive, imaginative play without screens or the need of detailed instructions. Packed with tech that brings play to life, including sensors, accelerometers, light sensing, and a sound sensor, as well as a miniature speaker driven by onboard synthesizer and much more. I did hear about that. Like, the sounds are generated. It's not like pre-recorded. They're generated. Smart Brick is at the heart of the Smart Play platform. That's like lifted straight from their press release. Contains compact electronic system built around custom mixed signal ASIC chip. Okay. The chip runs a bespoke play engine which interprets motion, orientation, and magnetic fields. Interacted with precision copper coil assembly that enables LEGO Smart Brick's near-field magnetic. Okay, so we have near-field magnetic positioning, of course, which is how it reads the smart tags, of course. Neighbor position measurement uses precision copper coils to let LEGO Smart Brick sense distance. Yeah, they're all from the synthesizer, yeah. Responsive audio effects are tied to live play actions. 2x2 studless style smart LEGO tag carries unique digital IDs read by the LEGO Smart Brick through near-field magnetic communication. Works like contactless tech engineered for toy-grade safety. They're pushing the idea of people using smart play stuff for Lego idea submissions, apparently. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Bluetooth-based BrickNet protocol shares data between Lego bricks with low latency. Man, this is super tech-driven, this article. Launches on March 1st in select markets with Star Wars building sets. Okay, so basically, oh my God. How smart are these bricks? Would they go to college? What are their degrees in? Okay, so this tells us a lot about the insides. But what I'm getting from it has a pretty smart chip. It can detect a lot of things like motion, right? It can read near field tags, right? It kind of knows things about it, direction that's oriented. It knows things about like how far things are moving with it. Even Lego's own CES presentation felt like a tech demo. I bet it was. The video I posted is one of the bare in-hand showcases of what they do. Okay, let me grab this video. These ads, man. These ads, man. Oh, I'm re-grabbing my chat. It didn't didn't copy it the way I wanted it to. Okay, there we go. It copied the chat Windows address. I could be wrong, but I feel like Skywalker's into this tech. Okay. Audio's not coming through. Hold on. It's swooshing. Interesting. Mm-hmm. What are my thoughts? So I think it's really interesting. Man, it feels like Lego is really trying to think about like what is next for play for kids, right? Like how can Lego stay relevant, right? And I think a lot of us who have been into Lego or just, we grew up without all this technology in our toys, right? At least to this degree, probably think it's crazy, right? Because toys are for imagination, right? Imagination. But it is interesting use of all the technology, and the fact that you can fit all of that in a brick now is, from a tech perspective, really interesting. As far as like children are concerned and putting this in play sets, I did say this when I was I think in Zach's chat. They're smart to put it in a Star Wars playset because they're using a property, an IP that is really known and accessible. And they even stated that, right? They stated that they wanted to put it in sets that they knew would be widely recognized, right? They need to start catering for a new generation. Yeah. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I see that. I think making noises yourself better than make bricks making the noise for you. I think from a sound perspective, that's cool. But the fact that it can detect like what you're doing is super interesting. We can't dictate what may be appealing to the younglings. This is true. One of the arguments was that I can make this sound myself. This is taking away from creativity. But the counter argument is it's actually expanding on creativity, and there's room for silly and creative scenarios. Well, I think what they're trying to do is they are blending technology more into traditional toy play, right? That's what this is. This is them trying to understand what that means. And I think on their side, they're exploring how to engage their audience with new technology. I see this getting kids playing with Lego more, but it almost feels like this will be like that will be the onus and not building, perhaps. Fair. See this as a $90 tier fest when the noisemaker gets crushed. Yeah. They're trying to add lights and sounds to Lego. That's part of it. New generations may see creativity differently. Yeah, I agree with that. Kids now don't know what's like making the noises for a spaceship. Well, I feel like the sounds are only a small part of it. From a mom's perspective, I totally see that, though. I get it. My first thought was of Mindstorms. Man, I haven't thought about Mindstorms in a long time. Lost in the toy box because the one part that makes it fun is gone. Yeah. I wonder if they consulted any child development experts. That's a good question, Gwen. None of the Lego sets are cool because they can't do the things this one single set does. Yeah. Kids now also don't know how to make their own stuff out of Lego. Some adults don't know how to make stuff out of Lego. There's lots of nonverbal kids who I'm sure would love this. That's a really good point, Danny. I want to know what all sounds it makes when you throw it. You had to make Mars rovers? Yeah. I can only speak to my children the reasons they haven't liked Lego. Hey, I represent that. It's time for us to take a back seat. Is this old man yells at cloud territory? I can't play for 45 minutes. My Lego's charging. Fair. My nonverbal kid would have had zero interest in this. Interesting. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. Mrs. Jen, as an educator, says, I'm not wanting smart bricks for my class. Lego's a toy they don't have to need technology for. This just gives parents another excuse not to play with them. I see a lot of what you're saying. And that makes a lot of sense. Some kids and adults think a set's broken if a piece falls off, and the concept of putting it back together is flawed. As a mom of kids with special needs who spend a lot of time with children using Lego and brick building as therapy, this smart brick is a bad idea for that. I could see that. People who build Lego stuff on contests who don't know how to build stuff out of Lego. My child was nonverbal, had hearing loss, and was nonverbal for those who may not know. Thank you, Lila. I don't know. I think adults actually could think of more interesting uses for this in mocks. That's my gut instinct. Thing is, this is their way of trying to move kids away from the screen. They kind of are testing ways to evolve in tech-heavy worlds, so it's really hard to gauge. Fair. That's wild, Falcarich. That's wild.
This is a raid alert.
Yo, Will with the raid. Hello, Raiders. Welcome. We're just doing some Lego chatting tonight. We're talking about all kinds of different things. We were looking at the Pokemon sets, and now we're looking at smart bricks. But welcome, Raiders. Willfully Unemployed just raided. Thank you so much. I hope you had a great Lego stream. I had you pulled up earlier before I went live. Hope you had a great stream. Thanks for the raid. Drip Viper, hello, welcome. Katie, hello. How are you all doing? How was the stream?
Alert.
But yes, we're watching a video that kind of goes into the smart bricks stuff, and we're just kind of looking at how it works. Katie said to come in here or else. Well, thanks for coming, and thanks, Katie, for that. Or else, watch out. We were talking about smart bricks, but I hope you had a wonderful stream. Octanon with the check-in. Hello. Thank you for that check-in, Katie, too. I think it has many opportunities, but I'm not sure this is the execution. I just, in a weird way, I think of just a more evolved version of some of the toys I had as a kid, right? The ones that made lights and sounds and noises, right? You know, I had
This is a streak alert.
plenty of toys that would play sounds or blink the lights. So, thank you for the 3 stream streak, Katie. I don't think the price makes sense. The price does seem a little crazy. But people need to understand that these are not replacements for majority of sets, so people have been getting up in arms for sets that are not marketed to them anyway. But did you build them? That's fair. That's a fair question. I feel like this is just another take and a spin on letting your toys make noises and have lights with obviously more functionality, right? More things to do. Lego had a MyBot set that's like a simple version of the Smart Brick. It only lasted 2 sets. Wow. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. It's kind of it's one of those things that I'm still processing, I guess. Lego's first step to bring themselves to generations born into everything electronic. This is true. Okay. Neat. So that said, you know, I'm wondering. I'm wondering how this goes down. These the things these bricks are doing are things we were already doing with our mouths as kids. I think it's a cool idea. I'm interested to see mature into something more useful. I'm curious how people will use it. I'm curious to see how kids and Lego fans will use it. It'd be cool if they're customizable, could have a sig fig with a voice memo. Let's look at, hold on. I want to look at the sets. I want to look at the sets really quick. Give me a second here. Okay. So we were looking at this. Give me a smart stormtrooper minifig that screams when you eat. Oh my god. I want to do the Wilhelm scream. So this is again back to Lego's info on it. So these are the 3 sets right here. Luke's Red 5 X-Wing, Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, and the Throne Room Duel, and A-Wing. I think, like all things digital, people will hack it and find uses Lego never intended or foresaw, good or bad. That is true. I agree with that one. So $89.99 for Luke's Red 5. We saw a lot of this already. Brick Dad from Brick World stream went through patent documentation. Apparently, there are other future plans like a smart base a la Dimensions. Oh, I love Dimensions. 9-volt trains got retired, but man, I would be excited for a new 9 train updated system. It makes landing and fueling sounds too. It was interesting because they were like using a little hammer, and I think it was detecting like color and distance around it, so it would know to make that hammering sound. The child gets cross with it and walks off, and they miss this in the video. Yeah, I think I'm with Scotty on this. I'm actually really interested to see what A-Falls do with this more than anything. I think the A-Falls are going to do some interesting stuff with this. Oh, you get to fuel this one too. Get out the green hammer. See the green hammer. It did the same thing on the X-Wing. Let's look at the last one. The green hammer repairs it. And then I forget what color the fueling system was. It was detecting color and proximity at that point, I imagine. Red for firing, green for fixing. Yo. Okay. Yeah. I think, like I said earlier, I think I'm with Scotty on this, and I might be more interested to see what they do. Like what A-Falls do with this. This will be really interesting to see what kind of like things people do with Mox. They had a Cantina set demonstration area, and I think the box for a Falcon set was also shown. Really? Say all you want about kids getting exercise running around to dodge blasts. I'm playing as that turret. Katie, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for bringing folks over. Have a wonderful night. Don't forget to use that good night redeem. I can assure you that there are kids way younger than the ones showing that can even program these bricks in some countries. Oh, yeah, I believe that. That's fair. That's a fair point. Potentially at least 2 other Star Wars sets to be announced. See, that's me tucking you in. Katie, have a good night. See? It's me tucking you in. I was about to say, Moore's talking about new Lego. Oh, dang, I'm getting a Lego ad before the stream starts. Wait, why is it Moore's face in the ad? Oh, it's not an ad. It's funny. We may be thinking with a very North American mind. That's a fair point. It's a fair point. You're right. I'm curious. Between the tags and the minifigs, in addition to the brick, I'm very curious to see what will come. It's very interesting. I'll be watching this just out of curiosity, only because this is something that Lego is, I imagine, putting a lot into. And I wonder what's going to happen with it. I don't think this is going to replace anything. I think this is just another way to play with Lego. Someone mentioned potential implications of what could be implemented into a GBC layout. That'd be cool. You get all kinds of interesting things going on for that. CS has a nice video promo ad. People recorded stuff coming with this too. It's interesting tech for sure. And like I said, I'm more interested in seeing what adults do with it. Like, I see a lot of potential for mocks. I see a lot of potential for just doing some really interesting things with it in general. It's not replacing anything. It's just kind of like how 4+ sets exist, and they're not the type of thing most people get. True. I doubt this is feeler tech. This is something they said we're doing this. True. Depends on how hackable it is. Yep. They showed 2 more Star Wars sets. What were they? Why isn't there one built into Pikachu that just says Pika Pika half the time? The Falcon is something else. Interesting. Interesting. I wonder how they'll use this in other sets that aren't Star Wars. They need to make a poop sound for the ball. Probably Cantina or something. Missed opportunity. It's true. It's true. That is a missed opportunity. That's kind of wild. Not as an AFOL, but as just like someone who's interested in tech. There's some interesting stuff inside of it. The ball looks like it was pooped from Pikachu. I mean, I said this earlier. That's one way to look at it. Did Lego abandon Soundbricks? The only set I know is the Retro Radio. We haven't seen a Soundbrick in a while. Soundwave, right? Didn't Soundwave have one? Or am I totally misremembering that? I could see it being used with Pokemon for sure. This would have been fun for the Friends icon sets. Let minifigs interact with the brick and say famous lines from the show. Yeah. They did put one in Soundwave. Okay. I remembered that right. Sorting Hat. Okay. But yeah. Man, I still need to pick up Soundwave. Okay. So we still kind of see it, right? I wonder what they'll do. I mean, I'm sure the sound brick still makes sense in certain ways, right? I'm waiting for them to make a smart brick Starscream. Ah. That's a good one. I feel like Starscream would be a good choice in general for that. Everyone would have complained if the first Pokemon sets were smart brick sets. 100%. 100%. I don't think anyone's yucking each other's yum here. I think everyone here, like all the joking aside, like I think everyone understands and respects each other's opinions. And I think that's perfectly reasonable for everyone to feel differently about it. You just realized a thing. What'd you realize? This is Jay's Brick Blog coverage of the Pokemon sets too. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about the Pokemon Center. It is $650, Scotty. They can make a Smart Play Pokedex and it makes synthesized sounds when you scan a nearby Smart Tag Pokemon. See, that's the sort of thing I could see. I could see that totally being a thing. The GWP is almost the same as the Bricker Builds ones. I heard someone say that too. 800 plus Canadian. 900 says Falconridge. That's crazy. That is a wild amount of like money. $650. Man, Lego's so expensive. The premium price of nostalgia. Absolutely. $650. You could source pieces to make a Pokebadge case. Yeah, you could. Pikachu's the only Pokemon I can name. Fair. Danny, howdy on the Reds channel. Hey, Danny, thank you. As someone who started with Lego Droid dev kits and moved into Mindstorms, I certainly have a curiosity on the playbricks, but I want to see what can be done. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Man, should I read the comments section on this? Dare I read the comment section on this? Hold up. Hold up. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm not reading them out loud. I'm just scrolling. I'm just scrolling. I'm just scrolling. It's fine. Sag Mobile. I'm sorry. Chat, should we keep streaming in vertical? Pikachu looks like it got a bad toast. Someone else made a comment too about like the Pikachu's face. Talks about pricing. A lot of these comments are about price, which is expected. I'm not going to read these out loud. I'm just giving a quick scroll through, but a lot of these are about price. Someone called out no minifigs. A comment about Pikachu. I wish the Pokeball looked different too, actually, Falconridge. I feel like it could have gotten a little love. Is there a close-up of it? I feel like chat's 1,000% easier in Classic V to read. Yeah, if you're watching on mobile and you prefer the classic look, you can switch it. You like vertical, just need chat needs to be its own space, yeah. You needed help. Sorry about that. We've been using it, and I'm still like in a place where I don't know if I should keep using it. I think a lot of people do like it though. And we got to a point where we can actually do vertical, normal, and YouTube all at once. So glad to do it. It's not a ball, it's a pill. Man, I do understand why some people say what they have about the face. I mean, that's a choice. I wonder. Hold on. Let's go to the Eevee. I want to look at this Eevee face. Mario from the Mario Kart set. Yeah, they really nailed the Mario in that one. It keeps wanting to go back to the comments. I don't want to read them. Stop. When I click back, it goes back to the comments. By the way, do you think sticker or printed bricks? I think... Actually, I want to look at this. That looks printed, right? That looks printed. This Eevee. My guess is printed. You're going for the Pokemon Center? My guess is printed. The browser wants... No, I don't want to read the comments. Look. Okay, good. It's like, if it goes back... This looks printed. Enhance. Enhance. Refresh the page. Is that what it is? I see. I see what you're saying. Enhance. Looks printed. The wings look printed too. Look at that. On the fabric. Interesting. Interesting, chat. Interesting. No, I will not leave a comment. Here, let me refresh the page. Oh, it is this. It must be the URL that it's going to now. Okay. What do you all think of this Pokemon Center for the Insider Reward? This mini Pokemon Center. Any thoughts on this? I don't think we talked about this. It's fine. It's cute. For 2,500 points, great. Just meh. Man, in my opinion, it is a very iconic thing to do for the Pokemon fans. It's interesting that it is an insider thing. I wonder about it. All these sites have ads, dude. It makes me so sad. And then we're about to get into ads on Twitch. Because, you know, Nurse Joy. Danny, what are you saying? Okay, this is Lila's. I can't unhear Lila's comment about the pooping out the Pokeball. Even though I still see it as Pikachu, you know, jumping out of it. I think this is more about Lila than it says about us, right? It's cute, but it should have been something that was made a set for purchase. Yeah, I agree with that. Pokemon Center got to scale with future buildings and figures. I'd love to see like a full size version of it, or like a real, like, you know, a larger version of the Pokemon Center. Yeah, I see him jumping out of it. Like I said, I think it says more about Lila than it says about us. Pooping and running away like a cat. Dude, my cat used to do that all the time. You would know when it was going, because then you'd hear it tearing through the living room right after. It'd go in its box in the laundry room, and then you'd, like, seconds later, you'd hear it tearing through the kitchen and through the living room. We're like, yep, it's that time. It's that time. That poop must have been scary. So, you know, this is... I want to see someone mock this to like re-brick this into a cat running away from its poop for Lila. Can we get a re-brick? Can we get a re-brick of this? That'd be dope. That's actually really hilarious. I'm sorry. Just repurpose the tuxedo cat. I'd put the cat on this thing, and then I'd put a poop where the Pokeball is. We have the technology. We can make this work. We can do this. Is there any other Lego news? Chat. I would love to hear your thoughts on doing a Lego segment like this maybe once a week. I don't know. It depends on the news, I guess, right? The amount of stuff we could do. I'm not here to replace local in that sense. So please know I'm not trying to horn in on his territory, but I do like the idea of like doing a weekly discussion on like the Lego world. Have I seen Ransom Fern's rebrick of Soundwave? I have. And I need to get Soundwave. It's on my throne, by the way. I'm just saying it. I'm putting it out there. I did not see the Golden Retriever, no. I know Z&B Live. Look, I am far removed from Z&B Live. Yeah, it looks awesome. It does. The Soundwave rebrick. Not that throne, Danny. You know what I mean. Not everyone can listen to local streams, so I need this. Not that throne, Danny. Not that throne. I'm just looking through Jay's Brickbrog. Jay has sponsored some stuff for stand-up builders in the past, by the way. You sent me a pic of what you found. Oh my god. Oh my god, that is an adorable puppy. No way. No way, dude. It was spotted in the store. Wasn't that Soren Helmet announced? I don't know if it was it? Well, I'd be glad to do like a news roundup. Again, I'd rather do more discussion focused stuff around stuff going on in the Lego world. And it felt like tonight was a good night to cover all the Pokemon stuff because all the Pokemon stuff just dropped. And I find it to be really interesting, even not as someone who's a Pokemon fan, but we're seeing such, I think, a major reaction from the Lego community and the Pokemon community. I felt like it was worth bringing up because I find the whole thing super interesting. You know, But yeah, I think I'd like to try doing this semi-regularly, maybe one, like I said, once a week, maybe every other week. Maybe it just depends on if there's like a good Lego news day. While text incoming, here's my issue. I can go and get a Lego set, have 2 dozen people tell me Lego's overpriced. You should get Lego set listed here. And from 10 feet away, both Lego and Flago look good. But then you walk up to them, look at details for playing the instructions. Lego one ends up being better, but most won't care a price difference. I look at these and I look at Mega Bloks and Bricker builds and go, from 10 feet away, they look good, and up close, Lego's probably better. But the cost difference, most people probably won't care if it looks a little off up close. So then, will this be a successful long run if most people go, I would rather the cheaper one? It's good enough. That's a good point. Is a good question. It's a really good point. I'm very curious to see how Pokemon does for Lego. I'm very curious. I'm very curious to see how this goes for them. And like I said, like, I'm not a massive Pokemon fan, but like, I like Pokemon. My kids are Pokemon fans. And I would be inclined to potentially pick up like an Eevee or like a Pikachu on sale, and would love to give an opinion when I, build one of those at some point. It would take a lot for me to buy like the Charizard, Venusaur, Blastoise setup, but I feel like you talking about at night is great. Thank you. Late night Lego. Do we name it? Do we name a segment? Do we call it Lego After Dark?
Danny Fandoms asked me.
Everyone
if
needs After
Amor were
Dark.
a Pokemon trainer. What type would he specialize in, and who would be his main partner Pokemon, and how would this Pokemon play a part in his streams? Ayo, my guy.
Ayo.
If Amor were a Pokemon trainer, they'd specialize in electric types. No cap. Their main partner Pokemon would be a Jolteon. This energetic and lightning-fast Pokemon would amp up the energy in streams, buzzing around the Lego builds and keeping the chat electrified with excitement. A true game changer, no doubt, always standing on business to keep things bussin'.
For real. Thank you. Thank you for that, Danny. Lego After Dark, Lego Talk After Dark, After Dark, After Dark. This is a Lego chat stream. Look, I've been sharing my feelings on the Lego community. I've been sharing my feelings about it over the last several weeks, especially because I love Lego. I still love Lego, and I've been talking about my feelings on it because I've been kind of doing a little soul searching when it comes to like, what does it mean to talk about Lego on stream? Like, what is, okay, I'm not trying to make it sound that profound, but like, what is my relationship with Lego as a streamer, right? I love building Lego, and I love building Lego on stream. But I don't think people prefer me building Lego on stream to the degree that people prefer watching Lego on other channels. And that's okay. That's totally okay. But it's like, how do I leave my mark as someone who's been streaming for a long time, who's been doing this thing for a long time? What makes sense for me and for the community that I've created here in my corner of Twitch and the internet? And how do I not for the sake of the reference to Pokemon, but how do I evolve, right? Like, how do I, if I were a Pokemon, how do I evolve as a streamer? But like, a lot of people are doing certain things that are really working for them. And I guess I never really found my thing that worked for me as well when it comes to like Lego and the streams. I think the build streams are just fine, but like, How do I really leave my mark, I guess? You know? And also, it's hard to afford Lego all the time, you know, from a practicality point of view. And have all the space for it, you know? The Thunderstone, that's how you clearly that's how you evolve. I don't think there'd be complaints. I know there wouldn't be complaints. Absolutely lucky. That's true. I mean, you're right. I don't think there'd be complaints. Can I freestyle rap? No. I've tried. Can't do that. No, sorry. Sorry, yeah, that's out. That's out. But I've been trying to, again, I'm not trying to sound too deep or anything. I'm not trying to, but I've thought about like, what is my place within the Lego community? What is my place within Lego on Twitch and the greater Lego community, the greater online Lego community? What does that mean? Because that's important to me. And if I'm going to return to doing more Lego content, now is the time to think about what that looks like and what does that mean. ALRT brought me back to Lego because shout out to Build Time. He's like, hey man, would you like to do ALRT and do something crafty? I'm like, you know what? Perfect time to do Lego again. But it's really sparked this whole like, what does that mean for me? Right. And don't get me wrong. Arc Raiders. Love Arc Raiders. I've loved it. Still love it. But I'm also like trying to understand what like how to build my stream schedule.
Did you ever think that maybe there's more to life than being really, really, really ridiculously good looking?
Yeah. I mean, I think about that every day. It's tough. It's tough being so good looking. I feel like you're looking for balance. That is true. That's part of it. I'm looking for balance. I'm trying to just figure it all out. I'm just trying to figure it all out. Give us some blue steel. I don't think I can blue steel. I'm just figuring it all out, right? I think feasibly, let me be real. Feasibly, I know I could just do Arc Raiders. I know I could just do that. We've proved over the last 60 plus days, we proved that I could just stream Arc Raiders. And when I say that, I mean like I personally could do it and not be sick of it. Like I could still find things that I love to do while playing Arc Raiders. I could still probably put on a funny stream or a compelling stream to watch. Like I can do that. But there are also other games I want to play. There are, there's Lego. There's the podcast. Do you think you could do another 60 days? I'm pretty sure I could. I'm like 90% sure I could. Make a Lego Arc Raiders game? No. I don't want to get in trouble with Lego or Arc Raiders to do that. Death Stranding 3, when Death Stranding 3 comes out, if that's ever a thing, yeah. We're due for a Death Stranding replay at some point, but I do owe everyone like Metal Gear, Final Fantasy, and Resident Evil playthroughs. Resident Evil Requiem comes out next month. Siri, what are you talking about? No one asked you. Stop talking. Okay. This was a great chat. I had a lot of fun. This was really good. as more things come out that are notable to talk about when it comes to Lego. Yeah. Let's do some discussions about it. I think technically Lego Horizon Adventures covers it. Yeah. Do you know about how TT Games pitched 007 Lego game? Never went through. They even had anims for potential cutscenes. Interesting. My TED Talk? No. Not a TED Talk. I just love streaming, but I also don't like to be complacent. You know what I mean? I also just like, if I'm going to keep streaming, which I'm not saying I'm not going to, but like, as someone who has done this for so long, I've been really trying to think about like, how do I do this in a way that is still compelling and fresh and interesting and not the same old stuff that I've done before to some degree. And I feel like the Lego part of it all is like the thing that is probably my weakest thing. You know what I mean? There's so many people doing cool stuff on their Lego streams and interesting that it's worth it for me to like think about how I approach Lego on my stream. Cooking stream? Maybe one of these days. Maybe. So who's getting an Eevee? Who's grabbing an Eevee? What things are they doing that's inspiring me? It's not so much inspiring me in that I'm just familiar like with a lot of the folks in the Lego community, and I know that a lot of people who are doing great things. And when I think about like what I've done in the Lego space, it's never felt like I've done anything truly like that I have found super interesting. And that's on me. Arc Fox maybe get an Eevee. RC says no. Falco Rich is waiting for the smart Pikachu. I actually had someone tell me, and this was on a Crossing the Streams. I won't name names because that part's not important. But I have been told my Lego streams, and this isn't the driving force because I already kind of felt that way anyway. My Lego streams, not the most interesting thing I do. People are like, your Crossing streams are the most interesting things, or like some of my gaming stuff that I do are far more interesting. And I get that. I'm like, you're not wrong. And I feel the same way about it. So that Pokemon Center. The fact that it's a mini build too. Kind of like that idea. You're not looking forward to when we have to spring forward? Man, time zones. As long as there's conversations, the point is mute. I agree with that. I think that's a strong suit of mine. But I also know that like some people need other reasons to at least check out the stream. Right? Yeah, I'm not a fan of daylight savings either. Not a fan. Also, if you're a fan of Lego on Twitch, make sure you're following the category. I do feel like more people are popping up on it. I found more people popping up on it. And I've also just found more people doing Lego in general, and I run into them when I'm browsing the site and have pointed them to the category, except for the one person who got really mad at me, who told me not to tell them how to stream, basically. I'm just chatting. I'm not going to the Lego category because I'm just chatting. I'm like, okay, it's fine. It's just letting you know there was one. I wish we could just stay where time is right now and never change the clock. Totally. Imagine this Pokemon Center's shrunken version of the full-size set like the Ninjago City sets. Dude. I like that idea. Did he call you bro? No. He got very stern with me, though. We were having friendly conversation about Lego, and then later on I mentioned, oh yeah, there is a Lego and brick building category. FYI. Like, I think I said it like that. FYI, there's a Lego and brick building category for this sort of thing that you're doing. He's like, well, like he went from friendly to like, well, I'm just chatting and not to be rude, but I'm not going to change the category because I'm chatting and this is just chatting. And yeah, I'm not going to do that. And I'm like, cool. And then I stopped really saying much. But my gut response was, but you're also doing Lego and brick building. So you could do either if you want, whatever you feel. And honestly, I presented it as like, do what you're comfortable with. But I didn't know if he knew. To be fair, if you're not chatting while streaming, then why are you right? Totally. I just thought it was funny. Yeah, why am I not I'm sorry, guys. I should be in just chatting. 100%. I just thought it was funny. Yeah, it was a whole funny thing. Shall we find someone to raid? Shall we find a friendo? Who's on? Who's on? Speaking of Lego friends, right? I see someone building Lego right now. I'm going to say hi. Do you think they'll pass the test? Hold on. Do you think they'll put we're doing the test. How many points is it? 2,600. 2,600 points. How dare you, Scotty? I see you. You think she'll pass the vibe check? You rated her earlier? You got something for me? Is this a mojo maker?
This is a streak alert.
Hell yeah, streak alert. Thank you, Og, for 80 streams. Holy crap. What's the name of that game we were talking about the other night? Mafia? Werewolf? Blood on the clock tower? Og, thank you. I see you, Scotty. I see you. Okay. Okay, chat. Let's get ready. Thank you for being here with me talking about Lego. We'll try this again soon. It seems like they saw my message. This is just chatting raid. Thank you for hanging out with me. Let me know if you want to see more stuff like this. Be sure to join the Discord as well. Take care, everyone. You're all amazing. We're going to get this raid started. And have a wonderful night. Tomorrow we'll be playing Arc Raiders, probably. See you all later. Be good. I love you. You're my favorite. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone, okay?